Hey there, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm going to be talking about this Topoak water tank slash shower sprayer. So I'm going to start by showing you all the features, then I'm going to walk you through how to install it. So if you want to learn if this is a good option for you, stay tuned.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, so now getting into what comes with your water tank. Mine came with these installed. In one of their videos, they show you having to install them, so it may just depend on how they package it. Again, in mine, this cap was already on here for where you fill it up with air. And you can see it's just sort of a normal fitting where you would attach air compressor that you would use to fill up the air in your tires. And then you've got this water fill cap with a blow-off bypass valve, so you can pull up on this if you wanted to vent pressure. So let's say you get home from your trip and you don't want to leave it sitting with pressure in it. You could easily vent that pressure by pulling up on that. There also is a tether included for that because, of course, you don't want to lose this cap. That would be really bad if you lost the cap. It'd basically make your water tank useless. So they do include this tether just to make sure it doesn't get, turned or twisted off by tree branches or anything like that. So then other than that, you've got this sort of coiled water tube, which is going to be your quick release that you can attach onto your output from the tank. Then you've got a shower head. So again, if you wanted to actually use it as a shower, you can do that. Or you've got this sprayer head, which is probably more my intended application for dishes and cooking. The tether we already talked about. They give you some thread tape to make sure that these are watertight seals. And then you've got basically like an input slash output on either end. So if you wanted to use water out of this end of the tank, you could plug into this end. If you wanted to use it out of the other end, you have two outputs, one on each end of the tank. So it gives you a couple of different ways to use it. Now, again, in my application, I'm going to be putting this facing that way. So I'll be using this end as my output. But then the nice thing is it's going to be right here by the tailgate. So when I'm cooking and stuff, I'll have access to it to get water. I'll have access. If I wanted to shower, I could do that from the back of the truck, but I don't have to move it. Once it's up here, it's just going to stay installed on the extrusion rack. And I can access the water fill port from the side. I can just put a hose through the side there and fill it up towards the back of the truck, and then use the pressure fitting on this end to clean my dishes, fill stuff, get water for cooking. So it's going to be awesome. And then, of course, you get your mounting brackets here, your mounting hardware. They give you a couple of extra gaskets here, too, that we're going to have to figure out. And then they give you like a temperature gauge thing, too, that I imagine you could probably stick to the side of the tank just to make sure that it doesn't get too hot, because it is black. So you could use this as a hot water shower. If you mounted this up high somewhere, you can see that my Topoak awning, like right now, is sitting in the sun. So if this black tank was up there, then it'd be getting really hot, and then you could use it as a warm water shower. I also kind of love that this is Topoak because I've got the Topoak awning, and then I just recently picked up the Topoak Stellar tent. So now I've got all matching stuff, which is awesome. And I've been really impressed with the quality for the money of all the Topoak stuff. So that is kind of why I picked up the water tank, was to make my trips easier and because it matches all the rest of my stuff. So now let's get to installing our couple of pieces of hardware that we have to complete the assembly of this thing, and then we'll get to mounting it. So I'm going to go ahead and just install this sprayer head on the tube, because again, that is my plan 99.9% of the times. I may keep the shower head in the truck in case I want to use it, but I have another heated shower that I will bring often for showering, and I'll only bring that on longer trips when I know that I'm going to kind of be out there for a while showering, whereas with this one I plan to use it on every trip to, again, clean stuff or cook. So I'm just going to keep this fitting on it. I'm going to store this somewhere in my drawer system here so that I've got it whenever I need it. Next, we are going to install our tether. This thing just slides right down in the channel. I'm going to do that first because then I figure I'm going to put the mounts at the very ends. So I want to have this tether installed before I put on my mounting bolts so that I don't, run out of room or not have a place to mount it. I'm just going to kind of line it up right here in line with the water cap. Then we are going to attach the carabiner there. And then we're basically just going to attach this to this thing, just like you would put, a rewards card on your set of keys. like that. Now we're tethered. That thing's not going to go anywhere. Just to make sure that you don't set this down somewhere and then drive away without it and lose your cap. But this thing is a super beefy sort of aluminum CNC'd cap. It's really, really nice. It's got grippy designs on the side here, so it makes it really easy to turn. It's really nice. So now we're going to start at the back end. One thing to note is that there is a crush washer that comes with this thing, so just make sure that you've got that on there. It was on mine, but on the other one it had kind of fallen off, so you just want to make sure that you've got that on there. Now we're going to wrap it up with the thread tape to make sure we get a good watertight seal, and then we're going to repeat this on the other end too. It's basically just the exact same thing. Just make sure to get all the sort of bits of it covered there, and we're going to put our crush washer back on here over top of it, and we're just going to thread it in here. This does have essentially like bolt threads, so I'm going to grab an adjustable wrench, and then I'm going to make sure this is really tight on here. I'll take the adjustable, be careful with that turnable thing here. So that is how you're going to turn your water on and off, so you're going to be able to do that. So just make sure it's on there good and tight. Then once we get the other one on, then we'll test them just to make sure that they are watertight. But then you can see this is just sort of a quick release, so then when you're ready, you put that on there and you're releasing pressure with your sprayer and you're good to go. So I like that quick release aspect of it because it's going to make putting that on and off super easy. All right, so both ends are in now and we're ready to mount it. Once we do that, then we can test fill it, make sure nothing's leaking, and we should be good to go. It's really, really easy. I mean, even shooting this video, I've maybe spent 10 or 15 minutes so far explaining everything, carrying everything out here to the truck. It's going to take a few minutes to get the mounts installed, but then once that's done, I'm ready to throw the thing up there. All right, so I've gotten these mounting brackets mounted up here in the channel of my bed rack. Now, one thing to keep in mind is, since this channel on the back of the tank is perfectly straight, you've got to make sure that you've got your brackets really straight, or the channel nuts are not going to fit down in there. And another thing that I noticed, and I'm going to have to do a little bit of modification, is, so they give you this nice sort of cutout back here so you can get a wrench back here and you can tighten this down, right? But because I'm mounting it to a flat surface, these bolts are going to be too long. So as you can see, they're probably, I don't know, about an inch. And I do not have that much room behind the bracket. So as I tighten this down, it's going to pull the water tank in here, but then I'm going to run out of room back here. The bolt's going to hit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten down these nylock nuts to about pretty close to it, right? Because I only need enough to get this bracket width. So maybe about to like, say like right at the end of my fingernail there. I'm going to get these nuts tightened almost all the way down, and then I'm going to cut off the end. These are 1/2 inch, so just FYI, that's what size socket or wrench you need for these nuts. All right, so a couple of things that we've learned so far is, because of the proximity of this bracket to the mounting surface behind it, even after I cut the bolts, it's really tricky to get those on. Now, we've gotten these two on, but then the other end is proving more difficult. So I had my wife helping me, and one of us was sort of holding this thing and the other one was trying to turn them, and then she got frustrated, which I don't blame her. And so I just jerry-rigged a little strap up here. Now the strap is holding it, so now I can do it one man. So if you're doing this by yourself, you could, strap it up to whatever you're attaching it to if you're doing it sideways like this with just a ratcheting strap, and then that should help. All right, guys, so we have it all installed. I'm going to be pressurizing the tank. I got it all filled with water. I'm just using one of these like automated things. 2.5 bar is a little over 35 pounds of pressure. I'm not even going to take it that high. I'm going to maybe go to like 20 or so, but I'm just going to start this thing. So now we have pressurized it up to about 20 pounds. So we'll see what that does. So just one other thing to mention that came with the shower, now that it is mounted, it's in here and pressurized and everything, works great. You do have to watch. So I'm at a pretty good angle right now, as you can see. So the water comes out the other end just fine, but on this end, I don't think I quite got it filled up. So when you're filling it, you do want to make sure that you're on pretty level ground, and then pressurize it afterwards, and then everything should be fine. But just FYI, if you're on a hill, you may have like most of my pressurized air escaped from this end when I first opened it up, because there's no water down here. Because again, I don't think I got it totally full. So just a tip, make sure you fill it up on level ground. But another thing that I forgot to mention that comes with this is you also get this toolkit, and the toolkit is called a shower set. And basically what it is a shower head, a shower hose, a water hose with inlet filter mesh, and a DC 12-volt pump. Now I was like, well, wait, what is this? I thought this was the shower, right? And you can pressurize that and you could use it as a shower, but let's say you didn't have any water, you ran out of water, this could be sort of a backup where you're going to have this pump built into this box. You have this tube that you can drop down into a nearby water source, and then you can plug it into like a 12-volt DC plug, and you can just operate this pump, and it will pump the water and turn this box into basically like a shower from a nearby water source. So again, just really nice that you get this. This is in addition to the main big shower, and you get another shower head with it too. So I've got the shower head and the sprayer head for that one, and then you get a whole separate shower box that you could use to pump water. So kind of what I'm thinking for this is, since this is mostly going to be for like cleaning off dishes and stuff, and maybe using it to fill up like a bucket for my heated shower, this could be a way to refill this. So like if you're out in the middle of nowhere but you're near a creek or something, as long as you're not, you know, I mean, obviously it's not going to be filtered, so you wouldn't want to drink it, but if you're just going to use it for like showering and things like that, and I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I run through my 7.5 gallons from here, then I could use this thing to refill it. So anyways, just thought that was really cool that they included. It's in this nice little tool chest sort of a deal, so just additional value that they give you right out of the box. So pretty cool. So one last thing that I wanted to point out was, with my setup at least, I did make sure that it clears the tailgate. So as you can see, the tailgate goes up, but because of how far this sticks out, I didn't want it to be any closer. I have a 5-foot bed. I'll put the dimensions for this thing up on the screen here, but this thing actually just sticks right above my tailgate, so I can actually use it while the tailgate's up. So again, if I, you know, out on a trail and we had to do a recovery, got my boots all muddy or something, we could just hook up a hose to this, spray them off, throw the hose back in the truck, and you're good to go. So just a nice extra function of the way that I've got it set up on my truck. All right, but so that will do it for the Topoak pressurized shower / water storage unit. I like this thing a lot. I'm super excited to use it on some trips. I've got one coming up in about a week where I'm gonna get to use it to spray off some stuff, clean some dishes and things like that. And it's just nice to have some extra water on board all the time. So again, super excited about this. If you have any questions or anything like that, post them up in the comments down below. I will put a link to this thing as well. Again, the fact that it comes with that extra shower is pretty nice. So just added value basically for your money, but for about 350 bucks, seems like a pretty reasonably priced, really well made water storage unit. So hopefully that's helpful for you. If you did like the video, if you got value out of it, click that like button. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to click the subscribe button, click the bell to be notified when new videos drop. Do a couple videos every week, so tons of content here if you're into overlanding, camping, gear, or do-it-yourself budget-minded modifications. Also below this video is a join button, which is just kind of a passive way to support the channel, get you early access to the videos and some other perks. Or if you want a more involved way to be a part of all things overlanding, there's also a link to my Patreon page. We've got about 20-some folks in that right now. It's been a ton of fun. We've got a 24/7 Discord where we all chat about our rigs and our gear. We do a once-a-month Zoom call, and we're trying to get together once or twice a year to meet up and do some camping. So if that sounds good, make sure to click through that link and check out the Patreon group. Also below this video is a link to my website where I've got funny overlanding camping themed patches and stickers, things like "Don't burn your wiener and it's a hot dog" or "I hate people so I camp." And then last but not least, there is a link to the Newbie Overlanders Facebook group. Now this is a totally free group to join. It's different from the big groups. There's no bullying or anything. We're all just trying to help each other get into overlanding. So if you want to learn more about gear, you want to ask questions, or if you're experienced yourself and you're just tired of the bullying in the big groups, definitely check out Newbie Overlanders. So thanks again for watching. Click through that link below to find your shower, and we'll see you next time.